Hey guys, As-salaam alaikum. I know I've tended to make this habit of making videos within a short span of time and then ghosting y'all. So I'm really sorry about that. I have to really break that habit, and that's actually one of my goals for this new year. I was watching some of my other videos and I tend to aim super high, or maybe not even super high. I'm just sometimes saying oh, I'm gonna make a video on this, InshaAllah, and then it just never happens. Or it might, it's just has yet to happen. So I don't want you to think I'm full of false promises or anything like that. But here I am now. In this video, I just wanted to give you guys a few updates on my life, what's been happening so far, and maybe give you all a few goals of what I plan for this new year. And I'd also like to use this video as a moment to provide a brief disclaimer on a few uploads that I'm going to be putting on my channel in just a little bit, so I'll get to that soon. But anyway, here we go. I've noticed it's kind of trendy or whatever on the YouTube community to provide a New Year video, and I actually have the energy to do it right now, and I'm kind of excited about doing so I figured I'd take this opportunity. Usually I would wait to do it, to be honest with you, but I don't know, I was really excited about it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to use this energy, I'm going to motivate myself to do it, and I'm going to work with what I got, so here I am. So I moved, which is a big deal for me, and also one of the reasons why I've been a bit MIA. I also got an internship, which has been sucking up 90% of my time. It's very far from where I live now. It's more than an hour drive one way, so that kind of sucks, but alhamdulillah, I'm really glad for this opportunity, and it's been a blessing, even though it's been a little difficult trying to plan around it, but it's been a blessing. So that's where I've been, struggling to finish last semester, juggling the internship, and I moved, which is amazing, alhamdulillah. Sometimes when I'm not very grateful, I remind myself, I got this far. This is one of my goals that I've been, having for the past few years, and I finally reached it. I live on my own now, which is amazing. And here I go talking about videos that I plan on making in the future, but maybe I'll make a video about maybe some ways that I tend to start this new year off, some ways that differ from last year, maybe how to make this new year a better one, inshallah. But definitely having your own space is a blessing. It's been feeling such a relief. I feel I can breathe again. Before, it felt like I had fluid in my lungs. I felt like a weight on me, and I felt very, very caged. And I mean, of course, moving out's not going to solve all your problems. Definitely a change of scenery helps. I think it helps you to cultivate new perspectives, but doesn't solve all your problems. So of course, there's still issues there, even with a change in location, but it definitely does help, and it's definitely been a blessing. So that's something really big that's happened to me, and I'm so proud of myself. I don't mean to brag or anything, but I did it. Yay! Alhamdulillah. So that's a few updates there. So I'm on my own, juggling a full-time work schedule, plus this is my last semester, for real this time, last semester of classes. Last year I technically graduated with my first bachelor's degree, and I was intending on going into a master's program, but I felt called to do something different, so I went back and finished my second undergraduate degree. So I'm technically a post-bac student. This is my last semester of undergrad for real this time, inshallah. So I'm finishing that up. I'm only taking part-time classes, so inshallah, hopefully it's not too intense. So I'm hoping to devote more time to strengthening my As-salaam, being more active with regard to my creativity. I really want to start writing more. I got this really cool typewriter, totally off topic. I got this really cool typewriter as a gift, and I just feel more motivated to write now that I have my own space to create. I feel the freedom to do so. So inshallah, we'll see what comes about that. And a few other things that I wanted to talk about are maybe some general goals or outlines for this new year. I'm still fairly new to YouTube, and I really don't know what I'm doing. And I'm always very, very critical of myself. I mean, everybody is. You're your own worst critic, right? Or however that saying goes. But I really want to try getting better with being more active on YouTube and other forms of creative outlets. I think it is very healing, and I think it allows for one's own like self-development. So I really want to work on that. I'd like to be more genuine with this as well. So not only being more active on these outlets, but being more genuine. I know it tends to be a theme of like a lot of other YouTubers or other people on social media outlets who talk about being more genuine and calling out those who are fake or whatever. Like, I don't really know what the guidelines are for that, but sometimes I notice that I act differently in some of my videos. Like, I change, not my entire persona, but I guess like the way that I appear, and I don't really like it. Like, I don't want to seem disingenuous. Like, maybe you can't tell, but I can tell, and it bothers me, and I'd like to change that. Like, I realize that I'm not as forward as I want to be, and I feel like I'm playing it too safe, like with regard to me being more open, more exploratory, and life's too short to play it safe. Like, you can still be respectful, and you can still be healthy, and take some risks with regard to being more open. Not even that they're risks, but kind of facing that fear of like, oh, what are others gonna think of me, or what if this person says this, that, and the third, like whatever. And I really want to get past that. So inshallah, I'll be able to do that, be more genuine in the process. Because I don't know, I want to provide, like, I think the point of me even starting this YouTube channel is I wanted to provide an outlet for people to relate to it. I don't want to just be here to receive compliments like, oh, mashallah, sister, like, you're wonderful, like, alhamdulillah, like, that's so good. Like, that's good, and I really appreciate these, words of encouragement, people being very kind and warm-hearted. I think that's amazing, but that's not, the intent of why I started this. I started this to provide, an outlet for people to be able to relate, people who are maybe in similar situations as I'm in, and I want to help strengthen that community, especially for converts. Like, I don't want this channel to just specifically be devoted like for my journey to Islam, and I noticed that it kind of is, and I'm okay with it for now. Like, it's not like set in stone that this channel like has to be like Islamic content, but this is something that I'm currently going through right now, and I'd like for people to be able to have something to relate to, something real, because that's like a struggle that I have, because I feel very alone a lot of the times. That's definitely a goal that I have for this year, is to help strengthen that community, to reach out, be more genuine, be more active. So inshallah, hopefully I'll make another video that will talk about maybe some ways that I can make this new year a good one, inshallah, and we'll see where it goes from there. So the last point that I want to talk about in this video is kind of like a disclaimer for some uploads that I'm going to put on my channel. Last semester I interviewed 3 individuals about their perspectives on religion and interfaith, and I really wanted to get diverse perspectives. And I focused on the main Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And so I found individuals who were really interested in talking about their perspectives. And the reason why I wanted to start kind of getting these interviews recorded and sharing them with you all is because I feel like there's a lot of like closed-mindedness, not even closed-mindedness, it's, well, I suppose it is closed-mindedness. It's like a fear that causes closed-mindedness with regard to people who are different from you, or people that you may not necessarily understand as well as you thought you did. And I really want to start like getting the ball rolling on starting these open, conversations between people who are different from you, and learning about how these differences can bring us together, bridging the gap between communities. And this is something that makes me very passionate because I come from an interfaith family. I really think that it's important that we learn how to respect each other, how to be curious about one another without compromising our own beliefs, but still being tolerant of others. And I think that's really, really important. So some people seem to misunderstand what the term interfaith means, and from my understanding and how it's been explained to me before in the past, it is when you're in a community that is not just one singular faith. It's like multiple faiths around you. It's interfaiths. It's multiple faiths. So it's this interaction between people who believe something that may differ from what you believe. And I think it's really important to start, having these open conversations, having these discussions, and becoming more comfortable with one another instead of being afraid or immediately dismissing somebody just because you don't believe what they believe, or just because what they believe may be something unfamiliar or even scary to you. And I think we can, start moving towards a world, inshallah, where people are more understanding, where we can, not just function, but we can thrive together. And I mean, I know these videos are not the most stellar. I've never done anything like this before, so forgive me if they're not exactly what you were expecting. You know, they could always be better, and inshallah, maybe one day I'll get to the point where they can be the best that they can be. But this is a point that I want to start at. So yeah, I just wanted to take this opportunity to provide a brief disclaimer as to why I decided to pursue these interviews and why I think that they are important, and hopefully clear up maybe misunderstanding that people may have about terms like interfaith, or why, you know, I decided to do this in the first place. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to say for this video. Inshallah, I hope everyone's 2019 is off to a wonderful start, and let's hope that the rest of 2019 treats us well. And I look forward to working with you all in the future. As-salaam alaikum.